Hello and welcome to the Inner Gamer On. My name is Charlie Smith.
I'm Austin Morales.
And I'm Brett Yanowski. This week, our discussion topic is going to be on how video games scare us because it is Halloween. And actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, it is 2 days after Halloween. But either way, Halloween was this week, and we figured what better way to than talk about, some really cool, scary games.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. We're basically going to go through the whole, look at our favorite scary games of the past. It doesn't matter when they came out. It could have been back in 1989. It could have been
how good
today.
they were technically.
By
the industry standards.
How good they were technically. Yeah, exactly. But there's been a lot of shifting in horror games over the years. They've gotten better and more diverse in the way that they scare us. So we figured, hey, let's talk about it. So I'm gonna jump into my first one, and then we'll just kind of like roll around the table here and see what we got to talk about. I think this is probably one that most people have really high in their list, but Fear, the game Fear.
Yes.
Fear.
Which was an acronym, which I thought was interesting. But Fear is a first-person shooter game that came out a long time ago, and it scared me shitless.
Yeah, it's a freaky game.
I was so scared.
Did you play it with the lights off?
No, I couldn't do it. I never even finished it because I was like, this is too scary for me. Like, what was her name? Alma?
Anna. No, Alma.
Alma?
Yeah.
She was like, there was a part where I was walking down a catwalk and then it was dark, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. I'm walking on a catwalk. I'm making like creaky noises and stuff like that. What is going to happen? And then it's in first person. So as you walk up the catwalk and you get onto the ladder, your character turns around and like to go down the ladder, and I turn around and holy shit, she's right there. She's like, yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
She didn't make noises. She was just there.
Right.
And I like literally had tingles all up my body everywhere. I was losing my shit. It was so bad.
Me and Travis would play that in the dark. It was just me and him, and we'd freak them. I was with somebody, and it was scary. Yeah, I've never played a game like that before. And Fear is for First Encounter Assault Recon.
There we go. Yeah.
So
you're like super squad people that, full of gear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's this crazy little girl that basically wants to destroy you. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you play this, Charlie?
Long time ago, and I don't have any really concrete memories of it.
Right.
Just, flashes of images.
No, it was scary. That game was like big on the jump scare thing.
Yeah.
Like that and like atmospheric horror was the two big things with it. And they had that ability where you could like slow down time. And
great.
That was
great.
really awesome to like do that because that was just like super revolutionary technology back then. But it gives me nightmares. And then I played the demo of Fear 2 and never got past the demo because it was so freaky. But I remember walking through like, I think it was a hospital, and there was like flashes of light and you just see like blood everywhere. And there was like these noises. There was something in the room, but I didn't know where that something was.
And then you were done.
And then I was like, no, I can't. I'm out.
Too spoopy
I'm
for
done.
me.
Couldn't do it. But man, that was a pretty good game. So
right on, man.
Yeah. So Austin, what do you got? What are some of yours?
PT.
What's that?
PT. I've never heard.
Is acronym for playable trailer.
Yeah.
Which is for Silent Hills, which was going to be a really awesome game by Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima, but it was canceled due to Konami being a fucking dicktard. And yeah, it's like I think it's like a 15-minute playable teaser, and you run around the room several times, and there's like little, I guess it's kind of puzzles, but like certain things happen the more you play it, and you start to kind of put together this mini story, I guess, or something like that. I don't know.
I didn't know there was even like story to it. It was just like leading up to this thing where like you were like, okay, I know what's gonna happen, but then there was one subtle difference as you like walk through this hallway. You get to the next, you walk through the door, and then you're back in the same hallway. But there's a subtle little change to something there.
There's a story in there because people have done like
that's
major
true.
analysis
slowed it down and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's that one part where, if you did it the right way and played it correctly, you would unlock the trailer for the game.
Right.
And I never did that. I just would wake up and the cockroach was like right next to me, crawling by my face. It's like, fuck this. It's terrible.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Really well done. The fetus, the baby in the sink. Remember that?
Man, yes.
That sounds pretty scary.
Oh, it
Maybe
was
it
so
sinks.
bad. It was gross. It was super gross.
Yeah, you walk into the bathroom, there's a fetus, and the door closes, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you're looking around, there's cockroaches, and you're like, I don't want to go back out in this hallway. You're just going to stay in the rest of this trailer.
It's like, are they out there?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Who's coming? I don't know what's coming, but something's coming. I'm going to shit my pants.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Anyway.
It's good that
Yeah.
it got you that way, though.
That's true. That's true.
That's
no,
the
it
point.
was. I was glad because this was. We were having a Destiny gathering. This is back when the first Destiny was out, and me and Austin Travis were there, and that was when I was playing it. So I was glad that there was people there because
I
otherwise
played
I
it-
would have been freaking out more.
Yeah, it's another game I played with people there, and I was like, I don't want to play this right now.
Yeah.
This is too
No.
freaky.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
Oh man, I think back to when I was in college, and we would all gather around my friend Wyatt's PC and play Slender.
Slender,
Yeah, it's it's based on the whole Slender Man
right?
theory, the whole scary thing, and you just walk around these creepy ass woods. It's this PC game, like the graphics aren't the best in the world.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's an indie game,
Yeah.
and you look for these 8 pieces of notebook paper with some little message on it that's always scary, but every now and then the Slender Man will come and try to get you, and it just the randomness of it. And we'd all play it with the lights off, and one person playing, and everybody just being like, no,
Don't do
no,
it. Don't go there.
and then the reveal where he jumps up at you and everyone's like,
So it was set up to where it was, you just didn't know where he was gonna jump out, right?
Yeah.
Like that
you
was
could sometimes
just a
you could
jump
sometimes see
scare
him
thing.
far away.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, so stay the fuck away from that area. That area for now is just off limits. But he
Right.
kind of also just jumps around. So it wasn't always perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played some of the sequels, and it's
Yeah. Yeah. It's
get you.
it's just an easy scare 'em game, But it was enjoyable, especially when with a group of friends, just to see their reactions, and try not to, act all manly yourself, like, oh, that wasn't scary, and you really pee in your pants.
You're crying inside.
Yeah. Did you guys ever? So how often do you tend to play these scary games with your friends versus solo? Like, do you make a point to like get together with people ever to
Well, it was-
play scary games,
It was
or
easier in college when
Yeah,
a lot of us
you're
were
all hanging
living in the same
together.
area and
Yeah.
hanging together. I wouldn't say I have a lot of friends in the area right now that would want to watch me play a scary game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it's communal.
Yeah.
I dig it. I mean, you get to share some jump scares and experience with a friend or some friends, and I think it just makes it better. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't get me off to be in my room by myself, being like, "Oh, I'm so scared." Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, what's the next one going to come around? Ah.
All right. There we go. Yeah, I want to do that with scary games because I've realized what's interesting to me is I've gotten to the point where with movies I don't really get scared that much. Like
Yeah.
I can kind of anticipate kind of what they're gonna do or what's gonna happen. There's a few of them that still like freak me out quite a bit. The Conjuring freaked me out a little bit in places, and then like Orphan was pretty crazy, and there's a few here and there that were pretty freaky. But video games, like, yeah, somehow I guess because I'm controlling the character, like,
Yeah, it's a
that
huge
scares
part.
me shitless. Like,
Right.
um,
Because in movies, sometimes you see it coming. You know it's coming. Especially
right,
being our age.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
seen it before.
right,
Certain little tropes and themes that you're just like, oh, that character is laying down next to a doorway, and then they're just gonna get
Yep.
sucked back. Like
Yeah.
I can see this is going to happen.
Right.
But when it's well executed, it's nice. But
Exactly.
what about your second game, Brett?
yeah. My second game is Dead Space.
Ooh, that's good.
Specifically, I want to
Ooh,
go with
yes.
Dead Space 2 because the first one was like super scary and freaky.
Yeah.
And it still saddens me that Visceral is not around anymore. They've been shut down because they made these things what they were. But
Because of the overlords.
that was a game that did not. it didn't have a lot of high hopes. It just came out of nowhere. It was this new IP, this character on a space station, third person. Like, what is this game? But man, it was very, very creepy. And this was like atmospheric, psychological horror kind of stuff. But
Oh yeah.
2 specifically hits me because I remember that one moment where you're going through the school on the space station, and there's like the little like alien things that were crawling around, like attacking you, and like you didn't know where they were gonna come, but there were these. I thought they were babies, but I don't think they're babies. But there was like little alien creatures that would like scrawl
they
around
were
everywhere.
babies that were turned into, I think, necrophages. Is that the
Yeah, that could be what it was. But they made those strange noises, and just like I remember a part where you were in like the little play. There was like a play area where like kids would probably have, little theater plays with their family, and they would have a Broadway stage, and I'm on that stage, and these babies are coming after me, and I'm like trying to go backstage, but then realize there's no exit in the backstage that I can get away from these things.
It's exit stage death, Brett.
Exactly. Yeah. It should be like exit D because it's exit death, and it's it was really bad. But that was just super good. But that was one of those games that I didn't want to stop playing it, even though I got freaked out a lot. I was just so engaged with all of that.
I can admit that I didn't beat the first Dead Space for a while because I did get just too scared.
Too super freaked out.
There's so much of just like it's me that's making this happen. Like,
right.
And if I don't want to play it, then it's not gonna happen. Okay, so how about that? Right?
Yeah.
Like I control my fear. Sort of thing.
I loved how in that game too that it was really unique with the way they did the UI, where it was like your health was on your back, and then whenever you wanted to like go in your menus, it projected out from your chest or whatever, but you never could pause the game.
No,
so that put this fear in there. It's like I gotta
really
fix up my shit, and then all of a sudden like you hear something in the background, you're like, oh my god,
hurry, heal.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good. So big fan. Austin, what's your number 2?
Resident Evil 2.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So I remember getting this. I had just got a PlayStation, and my dad's like, "Oh, this looks cool," and I think it was around Halloween time, and so like we picked it up, and I put it on. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, zombies and stuff," get through it. But like as a child, playing Resident Evil 2 was
terrifying,
very terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't think I got more than an hour into the game, maybe that, and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna return this. That's it. Fine. Good.
Don't need the terror.
I was very gullible back then. I was like, oh, fucking zombies are gonna come and get me.
Yeah.
That was scary. Like I was literally terrified from this game for a little bit.
I think I was too. Yeah. Absolutely. It's scary shit.
I mean, at that age, those zombies were like legit.
Yeah. And
What was the setting of Resident Evil 2? I never played Resident Evil.
Wasn't it the
games.
mansion?
Raccoon City.
Was it Raccoon City?
Mhm. I could be wrong.
I
Maybe
think
I was
Raccoon
thinking
City sounds about right.
it might have been Resident Evil 3.
I'm not a master of Resident Evil
Pretty sure it was
lore
Resident Evil 2.
and whatnot.
I didn't play it very long, so I could be wrong. I'm just saying.
You were just like, I couldn't handle this.
Yeah, I
anymore.
couldn't.
Like,
I could not.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah, Resident Evil. So comparing that to because you played 7 Biohazard, right?
Right.
Yeah. So how does that compare? Did that freak you out? Was that
Oh
scary?
yeah. They have a lot of jump scares, but I think the story for that and the characters like are a lot more developed than they were back then. Obviously, I mean there were now they have this type of virus mutation thing that's not not the zombie like the zombies as you know them. So it's it's a little different.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Awesome. Cool. Charlie, what do you got?
Say for my second game, definitely Alien Isolation.
Oh,
Like-
I never played this because for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah. No, it was pretty terrifying because half of the time you'd be sneaking around this dark and silent space station. Like there's nothing like a silent space station to make you feel alone.
Right.
Out in the empty void of space and all that. But like you start sneaking around these robot things, and they're not so terrifying. But eventually you encounter the alien, and you spend some of your time like hiding in a cupboard while he like prowls the room, and like he goes into another room. So you're like, okay, I need to move from here to here. And sometimes like he'll stop in front of your little cupboard or your closet and be like, "You in there? I'm gonna find you." Okay, I'm gonna go over here, and then like you get out, and then he'd be like, "Aha! I knew it!" Like you turn around, and you'd be like, "Fuck!" And you just start running. And another thing about that game was, I believe it had connect function ability to where if something made a room like a noise in your room, like if my dog, for instance, would come as he did and just come barking, the alien would be like, "Do I hear
shit.
a dog?
Oh, that's
What is
terrible.
that?" Yeah. So
Busting your hiding
someone would text me and be like, "Bing," and be like, "Fuck, shh, silent," you know.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool, but again, connect. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But
It's gone.
it was definitely still a pretty great game, and I still haven't actually beat that just because the alien is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's on God mode.
Yeah.
You know?
You think so?
Yeah. I'm gonna
it's-
come back to it.
The alien's the only enemy in there, isn't it? Or is
I don't know.
there
There's,
other
there's
stuff?
other enemies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you
But-
have people that attack you.
yeah.
Oh,
and the
really?
robots.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
forgot
Like
about the
android
robots.
dudes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
people
I
can handle.
got through some of it, and when the alien first reveals itself, I saw it coming. Like it was
Yeah.
just so obvious. I was like, "Come on, come on!"
Well, you want him to attack you? Is that what you wanted?
That'd be
you're
nice.
Like,
That
you're
would,
like, "Come get me."
unexpected or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hear a noise and there's some shadows.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what could that be? Could it be the title of the game?
It got a lot of good reviews though. People really like that game a
Yeah,
lot.
as a horror game, it was terrific.
Yeah.
I'm just not always the best horror game player.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
to
Same.
Brett.
Same. Yeah. Back to me. I have my last one. This one, it wasn't really. Well, I guess it was scary in a different way. Left 4 Dead, 4-player cooperative zombie
Yeah.
game by Valve. That was very.
It was scary.
Let's just say The Witch. That was
Okay.
scary.
There was definitely
Yes.
elements of terror and heightened adrenaline.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot about the witch.
Yeah, it wasn't like a that was a jump scare, but it was more just, you walk in there, you hear that noise that she makes, and you're just like,
Oh my god, where?
chills everywhere, all
Where
up in
is
your
she?
body. Or like when the tank would show up, like that was just heightened adrenaline rushing fear.
Or a tank. It would throw you into a witch.
Yeah,
And
then you
aggro
were
the whole party.
so screwed. So screwed.
And your fourth guy is like, "I'm gonna come help," and then he gets dragged off by a
Right.
smoker.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
well, I guess.
Great.
That's
times.
That's the end of that game. Let's start over, guys.
You ask Meg a story about Left 4 Dead, and she will.
Ooh, yeah.
She'll tell you.
I left her for dead. Yeah.
Run,
run.
All right, on to
Yeah.
me. So my
yeah.
third one is Silent Hill 3.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
And I only watched my friend play it. I never played it myself. But from what I saw, it was super freaky. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure you guys have seen things of Silent Hill.
Yeah, I stayed
any
away
of
from
them.
that game. I was
It's-
like,
yeah.
no.
That was a different type of game.
Yeah.
It was a very, at the
Is it-
time, being young, it's very sadistic,
Okay.
mind bending. Yeah. Of course, my friend's like, "Come on, you gotta watch me play. This is so cool." And I was like, "I don't want to do this anymore."
What was the story behind that one? Because Resident Evil is all about like zombies and stuff, right? And this is like,
Right. Well, you go
what's
to
the
this
threat here?
you go to like a hellish world where like things have been just smushed together and they're like demon possessed. They're not really demon possessed. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, like ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
There's some paranormal things going on. and
Okay. Paranormal, whereas the other one was just like
creatures
zombie
that
things.
Yeah.
Man-made virus.
Yeah.
It's really a hellscape.
That's always how it happens. Those viruses, they just ruin everything.
Screw you up, man.
Screw you up so much.
And that's why you don't vaccinate your children.
Yeah.
No,
forget that
please
flu
vaccinate
virus.
your children.
Flu virus,
Please.
guys. You
Please
don't want to
do
get the
it.
flu. It's bad. Vaccinates.
Charlie, you're
Got political kind of with that one. Yeah, my last one. Generally, the Half-Life series. I won't pinpoint a single game,
Yeah.
but the Half-Life series had a really good, theme of sometimes you'd just be doing your own thing and you'd be kicking ass, but sometimes it'd be very scary.
You know, it's funny because I never think about that game being a scary game.
right.
But
right.
they're like those head crabs, man. They will freak you
I
out
remember
so
being
much.
terrified.
Yeah.
Lots of terror
Yeah.
as a child.
Yeah.
Those head crab noises, and then the Ravenholm. That
Mhm.
was the thing that I never want to go back to Ravenholm ever again.
And that's like legendary for a lot of gamers, you know.
Yeah.
The whole Raven Holmes scenario.
No,
I
it
remember-
was bad.
I might have told the story on the podcast before, but I remember the first time I got there and I walked out and I was like, and I heard that noise and I saw the thing on the roof. I stopped my game and I was like, Travis, what are you doing? He's like, I got family over. I was like, I'm coming over right now. I took my whole computer rig and we went upstairs and we played that whole level through and we were
nice.
totally engaged in that. And it was just, that was a good moment in that game.
Yeah. Well, it was really cool. I mean, it was terrifying, but it was cool. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's Half-Life for me in a nutshell.
Yeah,
just got
Half-Life
this
was
dark
awesome.
Cloud over it
Yeah.
of terror.
Charlie? Did you ever play The Evil Within?
Sure, I played the first one. I haven't played the second one yet. That's on like my backlog.
Yeah.
Right.
I found The Evil Within to be scary, but at the same time, not. Something about it. I don't remember, but I just wasn't completely caught in the web of scare.
Right.
you know?
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird game for me. I tried it. I gave it a little bit of time. Didn't enjoy the gameplay of it. So I didn't go further. But there was some freaking. I mean, that first part where you're doing kind of like the alien isolation kind of thing, where you're trying to avoid the. I think the guy had like an axe or something that's gonna like chop your head off probably or something like that. So
As
you're
they
like
do.
crawling through little holes and things in the walls to get away from him, and then he chases you down a hill or down a hallway, and then you go through the door, and then everything's hunky dory until
Yeah.
the next place where you're about to die.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. So good. So good.
He looked so enthralled by that.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play Amnesia?
I played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Didn't get very far.
Yeah. Scared. Couldn't handle it.
No, actually, I just didn't get very far. I got stuck
Yeah.
in a room. I did not know how to get out of it. And I was
Oh,
like,
really?
you know what? Fuck this game.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
yeah. That'll knock you back pretty quick. Something else I want to mention too. I didn't put this on my list, but Gone Home still. I mean, I know I always go back to that game because I love it so much, but that was a freaky game that wasn't supposed to be freaky. But I love how it was freaky and not intending to be freaky. That was
Okay.
magical.
Yeah, to
'Cause-
elaborate.
Huh? No,
Elaborate.
because like I was on edge the entire time walking through this house by myself because it was the fear of the unknown. Like I didn't know
Mm.
what was coming, but it never had any scary moments. But it was just because I didn't know what was coming. I was like, I'm gonna walk this door. It's dark. It's raining outside. There's thunderstorms. Like every moment was.
You could have found a killer
Totally
in
on
there.
edge,
Or
yeah.
dead
Oh,
body.
God.
And then once I finished, I was like, oh, this wasn't meant to be scary at all. And it just felt that way the entire time. And I did not enjoy my experience with it because I was so tense, but I still love it for that reason. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
Nice.
good.
Very nice.
So,
But definitely some really scary games. The Dark Souls and especially Bloodborne.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know. Do you guys
No,
have much
I
experience with
can't.
these games? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got pretty far in
yeah.
Bloodborne.
Because it
Bloodborne
kills me.
absolutely. Bloodborne absolutely scares the fucking ever living shit out
Yeah.
of me. And not just because it's hard as hell.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's got a lot of things going for it that
Yeah.
just are bad in my mind of like just it's hard, it doesn't teach you things, and it's scary.
That game's definitely in Brett's no zone.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
mention
need-
one thing about the characters or the demons inside of it.
yeah. It's a lot of creepiness.
All right.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
cool. Well, I think that's gonna cover it. There's a lot of horror games out there. A lot of good stuff being made. There's more coming out. Obviously, probably next year. We got a lot of good stuff that we don't even know about yet. So I'm excited to see what comes down the line. But if there's a horror game that you guys really, really enjoy, let us know in the comments and tell us why you like that game, or if there's something that you don't think anybody's ever heard of before, and you're like, this game was underappreciated but scared the living bejesus out of me. Let us know. Tell us. We'd like to hear what it is. So that's going to wrap up our discussion. If there's something else that you want us to talk about, let us know at hello@theinnergamer.net. And don't forget to check out our video of this segment every Thursday at youtube.com/theinnergamer.
Yep.
If you're watching, don't forget to head over to theinnergamer.net to catch our full podcast episode for our weekly game impressions and top headlines from the week. If you like this video, like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest video game news and opinions you care about right here on The Inner Gamer. Thank you for watching. Happy Halloween.